One of the things that's always incredibly surprising to me is how bad other companies sort of run things. And like I gave the story earlier of like, hey, let's push for this thing. It literally took 8 months of me yelling for us to add this thing. And it was header bidding video, right? Like we already started header bidding. Let's add the video aspect into it. And every time like the CEO's like, hey, what's going on there? I'm like, dude, you run the engineering team more than I do. If you can get them to move on something, great. Or give me an engineer. After that, I left the old company, started this new company. I said, hey, how are we doing header bidding video? And they're like, we're doing well. We've got 2 we're testing right now. I'm like, let's add like 5 more. Within 2 months, we had 7. My old company still had 0, right? We knew that video was where ad dollars were going. We knew that this was a faster, more efficient way of doing things, but they wouldn't put the resources into it. And because of that, like current company was able to triple what they're doing in revenue within a year. And I think there's a lot of stories like that. A lot of times egos get in the way or quick sell-offs, right? Like you'll hear, I don't know, like Uber spent billions of dollars to get users, not so much have a really good product, but to get just blast everybody with ads and give them incentives to sign up and get a free ride versus actually building a quality product. So I think a lot of those guys are going to stumble at some point. I don't know what the leadership is like now. It's supposedly better, but like you'll see him. WeWorks, right? Interesting concept. If you watch there's a documentary, I think it's on Hulu, which is fantastic. This guy was like, he had a decent vision, but he spent all of his time like just telling everybody we're going to change the world, we're going to change how we live, we're going to change how we work, we're going to change like all of these things. But he didn't actually invest in the products and like making sure that the products work and that they were efficient, and he was opening up in the right marketplaces. He was just kind of like finagling on the back end to just keep getting more and more money. So I think there's a big problem with that, just like kind of a lack of, I don't know, integrity and lack of foresight for the product. That if you think it through, I mean, there's still going to be times where companies lose, where Google buys a competitor and wants to boost that or something like that. But if you can build a quality product and bring it to market and think through all the issues, you'll come out ahead. And test, right? We had to test a lot of iterations. Like, hey, we think this is going to be great. A/B test it, and it brings in less revenue. Like, cool, move on to the next thing. So don't just make a decision, think this is the way the future is going to be or the way that the company needs to go, and run with it. Luckily, we have a CEO with a very small ego. He's like, I think we should be doing this and this. And I'm like, this is not going to make these partners happy, and these partners don't want this, right? So we can figure out like some small iteration of it and test it, but doesn't mean it's going to come true. And he's right on a lot of things. He's been all wrong on a few things. And he's like, okay, cool, we're out. We're going to move on to something else. That's always blows my mind when someone tells me they're doing something. I had a guy tell me, he's like, the future of our company, India traffic. I don't know if you know like how much the average Indian makes compared to the U.S. for advertising dollars. It's not going to, it's 30 years, it might equal, I forget how many billion, 3 billion people in India versus the 300, the marketing marketing cap of the 300 million Americans, right? So cool, you get more people to look at your website, but the ad dollars are 1/10 of what they are here. So I was like, go ahead, man, I wish you all the luck. He changed that strategy.